All right, Unit 4, Day 3, Substitution. Your learning target is I can solve a system of equations using substitution method. So basically what we're looking at is a brief definition. Substitution is a replacement method. So you're going to replace the letter with whatever the letter equals. So on this one you'll look at it going, oh hey, y is 3. So I'm going to put that 3 in for that y value of the second equation. So instead of x plus y, it's going to be x plus 3. Replacing the y with the 3 equals 8, and then you are going to subtract 3 to both sides and it'll cancel. The plus 3 and the minus 3 cancels. X equals 5. So that's kind of a middle school style of approach, but remember this is an ordered pair, so I'm going to have an x value of 5 and a y value of whatever, but in this case it's 3. So we have our answer already. So the intersection where the two graphs meet is at 5, 3. This next one, you are going to substitute in 2 in for x. So this problem will be 2 in front of the x times what x equals 2, and then minus 3y equals 10. So we'll add 4 minus 3y equals 10, and then you just solve for y by subtracting 4 first, and you get the negative 3y equals 6. Divide by negative 3, and your y value is 2 with an x value of 2. So 2, 2 is your intersection. Okay, that's pretty basic. Having a number replacing the letter. Now we're actually going to do problems that don't have a number only, but we're going to use the same method where if y equals negative 4x, I'm going to put 4x in for that y. So it'll be 2x plus 3y, but again, replacing the y value with what y equals, which is that 4x, so negative 4x. Equals 10, and then now you'll notice that even though it wasn't just a plain number there, I have like terms of x's, so we'll get 2x, and then a 3 times a minus 4 is a minus 12x equals 10. Combining my x's, 2 positives, 12 minuses is a negative 10x equals 10, and then you divide by negative 10 to both sides. And you're going to find out that your x value is negative 1. So if I have to get an answer, I know it's going to be negative 1 and then whatever I can find for y. And I'm not going to put negative 4x right there, but I am going to replace the x with the negative 1. So instead of y equals negative 4x, I'm going to have y equals negative 4 times whatever the x is, which is negative 1. So y equals 4. So 4 goes into that spot, and there's my answer. Negative 1 for x, 4 for y. All right, this one here, I'm going to replace the y value with x minus 1. So it will be negative 3x minus 3 times what y equals, which is x minus 1, equals negative 9. Now here you just have to remember to distribute not just the 3 but with the minus 3, so you're multiplying by negative 3, and so I'll get negative 3x minus 3x plus 3 equals a negative 9, because a minus 3 times a minus 1 is a plus 3. Combining your like terms is a negative 6x plus 3 equals a negative 9. Subtract 3 to both sides to get x by itself. You get negative 6x equals a negative 12. Divide by negative 6. You're going to get x equals 2. Putting 2 back into that x, so in other words we have y equals x minus 1, and replacing the x value with what x equals 2, So I'll get y equals 2 in for x minus 1. So x equals 1. So the answer is 2, 1 for my ordered pair or my intersection. All right, the next one, we have x equals this stuff, so that's what I'm going to put in for that x. Putting in 5y minus 10 right there. So it'll be negative 3, 5y minus 10, and for the x value, plus 2y equals 17. So instead of a negative 3x, I have a negative 3 times what x equals. Distribute the negative 3 throughout to get a minus 15y, a plus 30, plus 2y equals 17. Combining my like terms, a minus 15y and a plus 2y is a minus 13y, still with the plus 30, equals 17. So if I subtract 30 to both sides, I'll have a negative 13y equals a negative 13. Divide by negative 13 to both sides, I will get y equals positive 1. That's what y equals. Now we have to figure out what x equals. So I'm going to put 1 right in there. So running out a little space, maybe I'll put it right here. So x equals 5y minus 10, and putting in 1 right there, I'll get x equals 5 times 1 with the minus 10. So x equals 5 minus 10, x equals negative 5. So my answer is going to be negative 5 for x, 1 for y is my ordered pair. All right, last one. My y value is by itself, so I'm going to put that whole thing in for y. So we'll have 6x minus 2 times y, but the y value again is going to be in for y, so 3x minus 5. And then the equals 4. Don't forget, we're going to distribute not just the 2, but the minus sign with the 2. So it'll be 6x minus 6x and a plus 10 equals 4. Now 6x minus 6x, they actually cancel out, so they cancel each other out, leaving me 10 equals 4. Now this is going to be one of those unique things. If you remember, if the letters cancel out completely, if it gives me a true statement or result, then it's all reals. And if it is a false statement, which this one is, 10 does not equal 4. So don't write false as your final answer. Interpret what the false means. And false means it's impossible, it doesn't happen, and thus there is no solution. Now what that really meant was that the lines went side by side. They were parallel. They'll never intersect. That's the reason for that. So for your summary, just as a reminder, you sub x equals or the y equals into the other equation. That's pretty much the summary of it. Now remember, as a special side note, if the letter cancels completely, okay, if it's a true statement, you'll put all reals or infinite solutions. I should say infinite solutions is probably better. Oop. Infinite solutions, and if it's false, then it's no solution. All right, there you go.